Hey, it's Bruce Badgley with Andrew Cohen, Mr. Get Recruited Consulting. Andrew, we've forged a relationship this year, and in the off season, it's carried in to our programming, to our game streaming. And, thank you so much for your support of high school football. But, you're a very integral part of what these kids are going to go through now in searching out a school. Why don't you talk to the parents and our athletes here about what differentiates Get Recruited Consulting and your approach versus other recruiting services?
Okay, well, first of all, thanks for having me, Badge. Excited to talk about that. So I started, Get Recruited 7 years ago after coaching for 22 years at the collegiate level. And I said, I want to be able to do something where I truly help student athletes. That's why you and I get along and work together so well, because, this is what I do for a living. But I want to be successful and I want to help families help their children be successful in the recruiting process. So what I'd like to talk about is some of the things that we do that is very unique in this process. So first of all, I have 6 other guys on my staff. And even with all 7 of us, we'll never have more than 100 clients, maybe 120 at the most in the course of the year. And that's for 7 guys. So no one is a number for Get Recruited Consulting. So we give every client the attention that is necessary. That's for sure. But from there, we're working on, one, developing them into the best student athlete possible. So we'll have phone calls with them every 7 to 10 days and tell the families that they're going to be able to call us, email us, or text us at their convenience. And there's definitely a comfort level with that. But if a young student athlete is willing to take my leadership, okay, and listen to what they need to do for lifting and running and stretching and yoga and diet, and I go over their classes, and we're holding them accountable. And it's not mom or dad. I have 2 sons of my own. It's very difficult to hold your kids accountable and not be the jerk or not be the guy that knows nothing about anything. So I definitely have had a lot of success with kids by not only helping them obviously get into a great school, but allowing them to develop to have that opportunity to get into a great school. So from there, if they're close enough, we'll either go into their house or have a personal conversation, a consultation on the phone where we're making a game plan that fits them and their needs, academic needs, football. We're going to be brutally honest with what football level they can play. It doesn't help anyone if we're stretching too far at schools they can't look at. It could be wasting money, time, and effort in that process. So we're going to make an accurate game plan. And then, questions like, do you want to go far away, close to home, big school, small school, country, city? What do you want to study? What kind of offense? What kind of defense? A lot of the coaching staffs, I know the different personalities. So, hey, this staff's going to be all over your butt and push you. And this staff's more of a put their arm around you. And I'm going to ask them for honest answers. And then we put together a great game plan of where we're going to go with it. From there, we're able to put their information on our website. We build them a profile. We start emailing their information. We get pretty good responses in emails because of our contacts, because all the guys on my staff are former college coaches. But very honestly, we get our best results by calling the college coaches directly. I don't know if there's anyone out there really doing that. It takes a lot of time. We'll reach out to guys that we know, but also guys we don't know. I was just telling Badge a quick story about a guy I called, and the next thing you know, I'm on the phone with him, and he actually coached my brother, and then another guy I spoke to of a Division II school in Michigan. We had a great conversation. Next thing you know, he coached a guy from Long Island 25 years ago that was from the town over for me. So I definitely have the ability to connect the dots because of all of my contacts. But I think the keys are reaching out to the schools directly by calling them, by texting them. We have over 2,000 cell phone numbers. We have every coach in the country for every school at every level, their office number and their email. We're going to go on Twitter. And the best thing about Twitter is being able to direct message to college coaches. A lot of communication today is on Twitter. So there is a process. The process is for one, we have to start by setting up an accurate and honest game plan together for a family. Then number two, we have to start executing that game plan. But as this whole process is going on, we think it's important that probably by a 10th grade for sure, if not definitely by 11th grade, and we can help seniors now, but the best clients we have is when they hire us in 10th grade, it gives us the time to develop them, to educate them, and to hold them accountable. And I always tell the families that the more you let us develop your son, the better product he becomes, the more marketable he becomes, and then the better opportunities he's going to have. So, I mean, I could talk about this stuff for hours, as you know, and I'm going to open it up by saying, anyone listening to this, okay, you can call me, you can go on our website, but you can call me or email me anytime with any questions. That's all I do all day. Bad, should I give them my number, or do they have it?
Yeah, they have the number, and they'll have, they have all of your contact information. We're going to start the presentation with it. We'll finish with it, and it'll be up on screen throughout the broadcast. But we'll definitely go ahead and give him your number again.
Yeah, so like I said, please, if you have recruiting questions, please call me at 570-428-2872, and definitely take a look at our website. It's www.getrecruitedconsulting.com. Would love to talk to anyone. Send me your film and give a little bit of direction, and then in the long run, we will be honest if we can help your son or not, and if he's a guy that can be a college football player. Unfortunately, not everyone can. So we do have those conversations sometimes also.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing, is you're being honest. And what I always hear, that the constant is that, so many families and so many athletes just want to get some information. Okay. And a lot of times they're, they put their film out there, they're using other services, and they just don't feel like they're getting a personal approach. That's what I'm hearing. And obviously that is not you. You're totally involved, you and your staff, in getting these kids recruited, right?
Yeah. And the key is, so I'll have major colleges like a Penn State or Alabama, and those coaches will say, you don't need a service. If you're good enough to play at Alabama or Ohio State or Penn State, then I would agree you don't need a service. But I've had kids every year go FCS, 1AA scholarship or Division II scholarship, and no one really knew about those kids, or even lower level Division I. So my honest estimation is that the right service that has knowledge, because they did work in the college ranks, and is willing to communicate with you directly, as well as the college coaches directly, that if there's people out there like me that do that, that's great. But that's what needs to be done to give your son the best chance to go to the best school possible.
And your camps, I think, are just tremendous. I saw them last year, and you've got one coming up very shortly, don't you?
Yeah, we have a big one in Scranton, December 7th. It'll be at 6:00. We have 47 confirmed colleges right now. I would say by game day on the 7th, we should have probably 60 or so colleges, over 100 coaches. All that information is on our website, the exact address, the times, and the things that we'll be doing at the showcase. But the student athletes will have direct contact with the college coaches and get a chance in our college fair to hand them the transcripts as well.
Well, and I can tell you one thing, that, in the off season here, with a lot of the, friends and family that I know, they're going to get some, direct messages from me on ones that, I'm going to say, look, this is who I would recommend, at least just talking to them. There's no obligation to pick up the phone and talk to you about what you do and what you have to offer. And, there's going to be a bunch of guys, as it goes in this off season, that are going to get that, DM from me, say, look, contact Andrew. This is really worth, going for, and at least just asking questions, and so guys, be prepared, because you're going to get a lot of messages from me just to say, give Andrew a call, because I believe in what you're doing. I believe in the personal approach, and I'm really happy that, we signed on here and have gotten to know one another better. So
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And like he says, I mean it. I'd love to hear from everyone and love to help in the recruiting process. So best of luck the rest of your seasons.
all right, Andrew, thank you very much. Going to be back to action here in a couple minutes, but you've not heard the last of me and Get Recruited Consulting by any means.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Andrew, and we'll be in touch, my friend. All right.
Take care now.
See you later now. Bye-bye.